Speaking of R-rated movies, I wanted to play this trailer because this trailer debuted. We've had a Longlegs trailer before, but it was like a standard movie trailer. Longlegs put out a trailer before Abigail that is so fucking weird. I don't know how much this translates at home, but when I tell you guys, when we were sitting in the half full theater, and this came on the screen and no one knew what the fuck it was, and you'll see in a minute why it's so powerful and impactful, because they don't even say anything about a movie until 2 minutes in at the end, and they put the fucking title card up, and then it just leaves the screen. So we're gonna play it for you now. This is a brand new trailer for the upcoming Nicolas Cage horror film called Longlegs. Oh, Zane Vicious, thank you for joining.
Had to wait for the ad to stop.
All right. Yep. Here we go. Get that volume up.
Is it this one?
Yep.
Oh shit.
This is just insane.
Oh, this noise is fucking me up.
Yeah. Again, you're sitting in a theater, no title card, and it's just these creepy visuals and crying.
See, this is a movie with effort. You can tell, like, the sound design alone just creeped you out. You know, that you don't need a gigantic budget to have a good sound. Fucking what was that? Late Night with the Devil? Like,
oh no, that was the other. Yeah.
No, silly compared to this.
Look at how fucking insane that was, B-Show.
Uncomfortable. When you get to the basement or whatever it is, and she's just staring into the mirror, and he's like, "Oh, there she is," like fucking Paul Bearer or some shit. Like,
it is a little Paul Bearer. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. But
there she is. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't. Are those Bible quotes? Like, what the fuck is that, Shah? Because I don't. It's just a strange visual, right?
Yeah, it feels like something from the dark web. You know, I feel like I'm watching something I shouldn't be watching.
Yeah,
it's kind of like snuffy. Like
it's a little. Yeah, it's a little snuff filmish, right, B-Show? It's a little bit of a snuff filmy. Like, I don't even know. Like, you gotta remember, like, sitting in a theater and you don't know what the fuck this is. There was no title card before it. It just comes on the fucking screen, and then at the very end it goes 7/12 neon Longlegs.
It looks like something you're not supposed to be watching.
Yeah. I mean, Shah, don't you think that's a good way to build a film? I mean, like.
Yeah, I mean, Blair Witch told you what to expect, but this kind of reminds me of the same approach where it's kind of like mysterious, and I don't know. I mean, Blair Witch was probably the last time. Honestly, yeah, that was probably the last time I was freaked out by a movie, just based off of like hints and teasers. Yeah,
I'm trying. Can you guys think of a case in the last few years where you saw a trailer kind of like this trailer? And by the way, I think that Cuckoo trailer is another incredibly impactful trailer. I do. I think these are two movies that I would be shocked. And I mean, dare I say Maxine, but we're so on board with that already. You know what I mean? We were all on board. We were all going.
Yeah, but those aren't grimy. They don't make you feel dirty. Like this.
Maxine's kind of grimy. You don't think Maxine's a grimy trailer?
But it's shot all nice. Like this looks like a serial killer's like fucking.
This looks like a fucking nightmare that you wake up from and don't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This feels very illegal. You know?
Yeah, it looks like Dahmer's video diary on like an old Hi8 video camera. Like it just looks grody and gross.
Yeah, I'm excited about this movie. I feel like this is the kind of movie, like Shah, you mentioned that a little bit earlier. Like you get the trailer like Meat and Potatoes for Late Night with the Devil, and that's a huge success. And then you see a trailer for like this, and you're so uncomfortable that you don't know what the fuck you just saw.
Yeah,
you know, Barbarian was like that too, because if you guys remember the Barbarian trailer, none of us knew what Barbarian was about. Nobody knew. There was just a girl in the house and the guy in the house, and that's it. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Remember that, B-Show?
Yeah, it was pretty much everyone thought like, oh, hey, she gets this weird Verbo, and then Skarsgård's there, and he's probably going to kill her, and then it goes off the wall ape shit from there.
Yeah, In a Violent Nature. Yeah, Drew Yari for sure, right, Shah? Like In a Violent Nature. There's something about these trailers in 2024 for horror that I feel like they're either cookie cutter, giving away the whole plot, like Drew had mentioned, I think offline, or Shah, like in a violent nature, like fucking this one we just watched for Longlegs, like that most recent Cuckoo, where it's like, fuck, if these things deliver on the level of what I'm seeing, these are going to be the best fucking, or even fucking what we talked about, Speak No Evil, because I know you guys didn't see the original. Like, Shah, what do you think it is? Do you think the bar coming out of 2022 was so fucking high now, and these movies make money that maybe they feel like they got to deliver these trailers and fucking shake you with it, so this way fucking you show up?
I just think we have artsier movies in general. Like every single horror movie coming out, regardless of if it's Neon or A24, has almost that avant-garde fucking touch to it. You know what I mean? Like you would only see guys like Ari Aster do that kind of stuff. Now it's just like I feel like he had an impact on the whole genre. A lot of people were trying to be more creative,
Absolutely.
So when the creative juices are flowing, man, I mean, you tend to get better quality films, and that means better trailers. So I'm hoping that's a sign for
I'm hoping too.
Good movies coming out.
Bisho, do you think that maybe this is it now? They know, because also, do you think in a lot of ways they know they're going to be competing with maybe like a Maxine that's a trilogy? That let's not forget Terrifier fucking 3 coming out at the end of the year. They're going to have to compete with. At one point, they were supposed to compete with a Saw movie, right? They were supposed to compete with Saw 10 or whatever the fuck it was. Like, do you think like some of these standalone weirdo serial killery horror type movies are going? How are we going to get these motherfuckers in?
It's possible, but I'm looking back on the history of horror movies and watching like what happened when 70s and 80s horror blew up into the slasher craze. And you had these really cheap, I mean, they weren't outstanding. Some had some artistic elements to them, but not on the level of like an Ari Aster or the Neon or stuff we're seeing today. But like back then, these movies blew up. They were cheap. They made money. Let's just fucking kick them out. It's all fast food, right?
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see movies get press that have a lot more style, a lot more aesthetic to them. So I think Shah's right. I think it's a natural progression of things where studios are saying, okay, we can make money with this now. And now you're starting to see this more artistic version of these horror movies popping up and getting more attention. So by nature, you're going to get more, what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to get more of these
more auteurs.
I just meant the trailers, but yeah, you're getting people who are taking a lot more care with the craft because there's that love and that appreciation and that artistic side to them, as opposed to these guys just trying to make these schlocky, movies that were sort of provocative for the time, but were really junk food.
Well, I'll say this: I'll make a prediction here, and I'll eat my hat if I'm wrong. I will make a prediction right now that at the end of the year, all three of us will have Maxine, Longlegs, and Cuckoo on our top 5 list. Shah, do you think that's a fair bet?
Yeah, and I think Nosferatu,
and then possibly we're In a Violent Nature.
Either that or Immaculate, maybe.
Immaculate or Speak of the Devil, or Speak No Evil.
But real quick, just to touch on what Bisho was saying, I do think it's like an artistic, almost like evolution, but like there's no excuses now. After people have done it with indie budgets, you know what I mean? Everybody has access to much better quality cameras now. You don't need a studio budget to be able to, make scenes look great. And, like I said earlier, the effects are cheaper. So when you have movies like Lamb, that wasn't my favorite A24 movie, but
I liked it though.
It looked good though. You know what I mean? And
great.
How much did that movie cost? It couldn't have cost that much. They were on a fucking field the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's not in the same location.
Even a movie like Men, you know what I mean? Like it was just some practical effects. Really, it was a one location thing, basically at one house. But they made the movie look beautiful based off of just woods and fucking empty tunnels. Like there wasn't much to it when it came to the budget, So I feel like
When Evil Lurks. Same thing with When Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks. Looks so good. I guarantee you that probably didn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that people are gonna be talking about that forever.
Mandy. You guys remember Mandy?
Mandy's a fucking game changer, man. That brought Nicolas Cage back in.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that brought Nicolas Cage. People finally started to remember, hey, isn't this guy an Academy Award winner? Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, we can fucks with this guy.
But just the visual like style of it, it just, you know what I mean? You felt like you were on mushrooms the whole time. Like I think movies like that kind of open the doors for more artistic freedom when it comes to directors. You know what I mean? They can test the waters out and see what works for them because there's no limits at this point. You can just do. I mean, look at Beau is Afraid. Like what the fuck was that? Like what the fuck was that?
Shah, can you imagine if Beau is Afraid was the first Ari Aster movie and then he made
people would have hated him, dude. They would.
He wouldn't have been able to make.
He would have never made it.